I don't know really anything. I just know that she didn't deserve it.
A woman wants answers after her sister dies in southern Kentucky. And the woman who led police on a chase through 2 counties is now charged with murder. Also ahead, some homeowners in Georgetown are showing us video of thieves breaking into their cars.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 11.
A southern Kentucky woman is dead and her boyfriend in jail. Thanks for staying up with us. I'm Kristen Kennedy. Deputies in Laurel County say 29-year-old Christopher Bird shot and killed 22-year-old Shannon Engel. They say Bird admitted to them he shot her. In our top story at 11, Phil Pendleton is talking to Engel's sister, who says she has many questions.
So many questions about what happened at the dead end of this roadway about 5 miles west of London.
I don't know really anything. I just know that she didn't deserve it.
Courtney Rouse is Shannon Engel's sister. The 22-year-old was found dead from a gunshot wound Saturday night. Police say her boyfriend, 29-year-old Christopher Bird, shot and killed her.
His story is that they had a domestic argument and had been arguing all day, according to him.
Relatives say the two had been dating for about a year. She had recently moved in with him at his home on Hickory Road, where the shooting took place.
I want my sister to be remembered as the good, loving person that she was. She would have done anything for anybody. And if you didn't have something, she would try everything she could to make sure you had it.
Police say Bird had been arrested on domestic violence charges before. They say Engel was the alleged victim then, too.
The tragedy of all this is if we were there in February and we provided her with information, we made a warrantless arrest, why was she still in that set of circumstances?
Bird declined to give a jailhouse interview, but his father said the shooting was an accident. Police stand by their charges while a family looks for answers. In Laurel County, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
An autopsy is scheduled for tomorrow. A woman arrested Friday after leading police on a chase through Lexington and Madison County in a bucket truck now faces a new charge. Police believe Vanessa Napier murdered a man inside a home on 8th and Walnut Hill Pike in Lexington. Investigators say she did so Friday morning before she stole a bucket truck from a gas station on 8th and Spoonsboro Road and took off. Storms are rolling back into the bluegrass, and those storms could bring more threats of flooding, especially in parts of southern Kentucky. Meteorologist Jim Caldwell has a look at what we can expect for the work week.
And we'll be tracking more chances of showers and storms as we advance forward here throughout the week. But out there tonight, most of the rain has calmed down substantially compared to what it was a little bit earlier today. And a lot of it is just confined out into eastern Kentucky and southeastern Kentucky as well. So we are tracking those areas right now. Some of the heaviest stuff still hanging on is across parts of Harlan County and then up into southern Perry County that goes all the way back into Pike County tonight. We have active flash flood warnings and a lot of water over roads and maybe entering some homes in parts of Johnson County as well. So that's an area of concern. But the good news for these folks is the rain is winding down. We're not tracking any showers or storms. So it's just outside of our area, but just goes to show you how much rain we've picked up over the past several days. Threw on even more tonight, and it ran into some issues for those folks out there. A few isolated showers stretching from Moorhead all the way out to Ashland there along Interstate 64. Another issue I think we run into overnight and early tomorrow morning, especially as a lot of folks are getting up and heading to work, low visibilities. We are talking less than a quarter of a mile in some cases, with areas of fog trying to set up tomorrow morning. So if you are getting up and heading out to work tomorrow and you don't have an extended weekend, even further than the Friday you might have had off, then you might want to allow yourself a little extra time tomorrow morning, because it could be a pretty messy go from the fog standpoint. We'll take a closer look at those rain chances coming up this week here in just a few minutes.
A tree fell across a central Kentucky road tonight. Madison County Sheriff's deputies, Madison County Rescue, and Union City Fire are on the scene. Crews say the tree fell across Red House Road just past Stony Run. The road is closed right now. No word on any injuries. We're always tracking storms on WKYT.com, and you can too. Use an interactive radar to zoom all the way into your neighborhood. Download the WKYT News and Radar apps to keep up with the weather when you're on the go. And share your pictures and video with us. Email them to eyewitness@wkyt.com or use the hashtag KYWeather. A Lexington strip club linked to 3 shootings in the last 2 months could lose its liquor license. Our partners at the Herald-Leader report Diamond Gentlemen's Club on Winchester Road faces 5 state violations from 2014 and other violations from 2015 from Urban County ABC leaders. Back in February, police say 1 man was seriously injured. Because of that case, the club was charged with violating the state's alcohol law. Then in May, someone shot another man outside the club. Less than a month later, 2 men went to the hospital from a shooting. The club also faces 5 charges for serving alcohol to a minor, locking a security door, and failing to pay taxes. All of those investigations are ongoing. 5 people are recovering tonight after a crash this afternoon in Lexington. Police tell us a car driving on Parker's Mill Road ran a red light at the intersection of Manawar and hit another car. Crews transported 5 people in all to UK hospital. The 5 were told have minor injuries. And in Franklin County, deputies dealt with a crash this evening. The wreck happened on Bald Knob Road around 7 tonight. The Franklin County Sheriff says his deputies responded. They believe the driver somehow lost control and ran off the road. Emergency crews rushed 1 person to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Police in Georgetown are investigating a string of car break-ins. A homeowner who lives on Birkdale says someone broke into his car last week. He says he normally locks his doors but accidentally left his car unlocked. The thieves took his garage door opener, sunglasses, keys, and a pack of gum, but didn't cause any damage. He managed to record the incident on surveillance video.
They stole garage door openers and keys to get into our house, so it almost is like I wonder if they're planning on coming back at a better time for them. Are they going to, surveillance the neighborhood and see when the right opportunity is, like if we're on vacation and next thing you know, we come home, our house has been broken into?
Moore says the 2 men looked young and were wearing gray hoodies. 3 people are still missing after a boat capsized overnight in downtown Louisville. Firefighters say a pontoon boat hit a staging barge and capsized on the Ohio River. A man and a 14-year-old boy died in the accident. 4 others went to the hospital. Rescue crews have been out on the river all day using drones and cameras to track down those still missing.
If we're not able to find any other clues or indications of somebody being out there, there's a point where we just have to terminate the operation and wait to see what happens if somebody sees something downstream or and it's sad and I'd say that there's nothing worse than feeling helpless that you can't save somebody, but at some point you have to really look at the realistic part of it.
Rescue crews found the boat near a construction site. Firefighters in Rockcastle County are trying to figure out what started a fire that damaged a storage unit. Around 3 this morning, firefighters went to David's Tire Center on Big Cave Road in Mount Vernon. Crews were able to put out the flames there pretty quickly. The fire, we're told, only damaged 1 tractor trailer. Firefighters don't know what caused the fire, but at this time they don't believe it was arson. A Clark County woman needs help finding a new home for a horse. Last week, Crystal Justice saw a post on Facebook about a horse on the loose in Bath County. When she heard animal control planned to put him down, she decided to step in and help. Justice and her husband helped rescue the horse and found a temporary home for him at the Kentucky Equestrian Center in Clark County.
He has such a great personality and he's sweet, so why not give this horse a chance to live his life and not be put down due to the fact somebody just turned him out and didn't care what happened to him.
Greeks went to the polls and rejected a bailout referendum that would have brought stricter austerity measures to the country in exchange for bailout loans. Chris Martinez reports the decision could have huge repercussions on the financial stability of the country.
Greeks sent a clear message at the voting booth Sunday. Hours later, hundreds celebrated in Syntagma Square in Athens. They voted no to another bailout deal in exchange for more austerity measures like tax hikes and pension cuts.
Σήμερα όλες και όλοι μαζί.
Greece's Prime Minister Alex Tsipras was against the European bailout. He said the no vote on the bailout referendum shows that democracy won't be blackmailed. The rejected referendum comes nearly a week after Greece missed a debt payment to the International Monetary Fund. Greeks lined up at ATMs across the country to withdraw money, only to have their funds rationed. Just how much leverage the no vote now gives Prime Minister Tsipras in the next round of negotiations remains to be seen. The head of Greece's banking association says cash could run out by tomorrow. Chris Martinez, CBS News, Los Angeles.
A Eurozone summit will be held Tuesday to discuss the situation in Greece. A Laurel County man faces charges tonight after a crash on Interstate 75. Deputies say 55-year-old Ricky Collins crashed last night near exit 29 in the southbound lanes. When officers arrived, they found Collins jumping over a guardrail and running down into an embankment. When a deputy caught him, Collins tried to fight him. He's charged with DUI, fleeing and evading police, resisting arrest, and disorderly conduct. 2 people are in the hospital after an incident involving illegal fireworks in Louisville. Firefighters say a man has burns on his chest and hands, and a woman has burns on her hands, face, and chest. She also has inhalation injuries and is considered to be in grave condition and not expected to survive. Firefighters hope to have a better understanding of just what happened later this week. And back here in Lexington, firefighters tell us they did not have to respond to any fireworks-related fires or injuries yesterday. Lexington police, though, may have responded to nuisance calls. What a scary situation for partygoers in Harlan County. Search and rescue crews tell us a porch collapsed outside a house last night in Cold Iron. Several people were standing out on the porch when it collapsed. Emergency crews report minor injuries. Search and rescue says everyone involved was very lucky to walk away from the collapse.
It was amazing to me that there wasn't more people seriously injured than what there was.
One woman did go to a nearby hospital for treatment. After a rain delay Friday, the Appalachian Speedway and Motocross Park in Martin County is now open. Racers lined up Saturday to test out the new track. If you want to race, owners say they'll be open just about every weekend. They say you don't need to make a reservation to race and that the track is open to everyone.